I'm one of the victims of the Halifax explosion.
You were there?
Well, not really. I was just a little baby because I'm 63, going on 63 now.
Right.
But I was cut. I had 14 stitches. I still have the American for it over my head. It was a miracle that he survived that day as the engine was blown to millions of pieces. I took my 2 small children, cut and bleeding from broken glass, and went next door to Mrs. Martin's, who had a place fixed up in her basement he was not allowed near, as all the houses were on fire. All that he could find of the ruins of the 2 houses in the barn were charred bones and her prayer book. I was standing, just getting ready to leave to go down the stairs to go to school.
Oh, you were in the house?
Yeah.
I see. And then...
one of the windows blew out or smashed out.
Yeah.
I got cut in the back of the head and on my arm.
And this terrible explosion took place, and I didn't get a scratch.
You're kidding.
I didn't get a scratch. It must have blew all over me. So I went down. I thought it was the Germans. You know, I was only a kid.
Yeah, yeah.
And I, down where we lived, there were apple trees, and I remember my aunt walking through, her arm was hanging off, and she had my brother by the hand. And after that, the house was all broken up.
It's been quite a tragedy, and as every year the memory comes up, because we live it again.
On December 5th, 1917, while the rest of the world was at war, a small port city in Nova Scotia was unknowingly about to step into a battlefield of their own. 2 ships, the Mont-Blanc and the IMO, were going to create the largest man-made explosion mankind had ever seen less than 12 hours later, and no one saw it coming. Tonight we're going to break down the Halifax Disaster, the lead up, the devastation, and the aftermath. I'm Logan.
And I'm Ben.
This is Tinfoil Talk.
So it's just a big explosion.
Yeah, I mean, more or less.
I'm going into this, could not be more blind. I know
great.
Absolutely nothing, so that intro is intriguing to me.
That's when I think when we're at our best.
Yeah.
Like when I'm bringing something you've never heard of, and you're bringing something I've never heard of.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like I assumed Halifax was not, like, at least in the States.
Mm-hmm.
So that's interesting, because I mean, it doesn't sound like a U.S. place.
No, it's in Nova Scotia.
Yeah.
It's in Canada.
So that's cool.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Well, I guess before these things get too warm, let's go ahead and crack into them.
Yeah, so I'll tell you a little bit about these. This was my 3rd choice at the liquor store.
Okay.
Because choices 1 and 2 were both over $18 for a 6-pack. So I went back for strike number 3, and this one was like $11 or $12. So
okay. We got
Hefeweizen?
Yazoo Hefeweizen, brewed and canned by Yazoo Brewing in Nashville, Tennessee.
That's what drew me in. I was drawn in. It was brewed right here. Well, I say right here, but right over there in good old Nashville, where we're quite familiar with. Has a naked-ish lady on the front.
On the side of this can, it says, "No snakes or naked ladies are officially involved in making this award-winning beer, but we do use 70% wheat and a special Bavarian ale yeast. Expect a fruity aroma of bananas and cloves and a tart finish. Save the lemon for your tea, but do pour it in a glass and swirl the can to get the yeast."
To get the yeast?
This seems very
Yeah.
highbrow.
You know what?
I don't see an alcohol percentage.
I didn't see one either, actually. Now that I think about it.
It's got to be on here, right?
I'm going to waste no time.
Okay.
We're going to go for the crack test. Pretty damn good. I mean,
I like that.
yeah. I'm going to give it a sniff. It smells pretty good, actually.
It smells great.
I'm going to go in.
Okay.
Okay. You made a face. You don't like it? I don't. That almost tastes like water, I'm going to be honest.
It's got a pleasant aftertaste.
It's okay.
It's all right.
Yeah.
There's no
There's not much flavor at all.
there's no alcohol percentage. I thought they had to have that on the can.
No, because there was none on the, what was it, the Space Dust?
Yes, it was. It was 8.2.
There was one we had recently. It wasn't on there. It was on the box that it came in, but it wasn't on the can. I mean, I'm 60% sure these have alcohol in them.
I mean, it says it's beer.
Yeah, independent craft beer. Please drink responsibly. Do not operate heavy machinery. Yeah, this is definitely alcohol. Alcoholic beverage. Yeah, and there's no percentage here. I would assume it's low, given how it tastes. I give this... second sip was a lot better than first. I'm going to go for a third
6.
sip. I was around there, yeah.
I'm going to go 6. It's pretty good. There's not a lot of flavor there, but I feel like we always say it's an easy sipping beer
Yeah.
for everything we've reviewed so far.
Yeah, but this one, I don't think I would sip this.
I think I would sip this.
I don't really like this too much.
I don't mind it.
I'm going to give this a 5.5. I think it's a little bit better than just an even 5 average, but not much better than that.
I'm gonna stick pretty solid on my 6.
Okay.
Middle of the road, we'll say.
Yeah, that's...
I've had worse beer.
I could give it a 6, I guess, but I don't think it's just not that great.
I like it better than the Teddy Loves Pilsner.
Yeah, I think Teddy Loves Pilsner was... I think we both give that, what, a 4?
I think so.
It was low.
There's no flavor whatsoever.
No, it was not good.
This has something. It's not too pleasant, but there is a flavor there.
Yeah, there's a little bit of like a lemon...
Yeah.
Hinty scent to it.
Said bananas. I don't taste banana. Usually banana is like a very overpowering flavor. I don't taste that at all.
Banana to me is kind of like peanut butter. Like if it's in it, you are going to taste it. Like for sure. And I don't taste any banana. I'm going to go back for sip number 4.
Okay. I think what gets me with this is that aftertaste. It's very smooth. Like after the initial like rush of flavor, the aftertaste is very, very smooth. I like that a lot.
Yeah, and a lot of times, like especially with draft beers, you'll have just kind of that almost an earthy aftertaste, where it's just leaves a funky taste in your mouth, kind of. Mm-hmm. But this is not bad. The aftertaste is better than the beer. I'll say that.
I still get that a little bit. What you're saying. But it's not so strong, which leads me to believe there isn't much alcohol in this at all.
No, I think at most we're looking at 4% here, maybe
6
5.
out of 10. I'm staying firm with that.
Yeah, I'm gonna hang out at a 5.5. I don't think it's quite a 6. I think I've given beer a little better than this a 6, so I'm gonna 5.5. And I think I'm being generous, to be honest.
Okay.
If you were to tell me this was a 4.5, I'd be like, yeah, I get it.
All right. Well, we are not solely a beer review show, so why don't you go ahead and explain to everyone why we haven't released a show in the last week or so?
Well, because you had shit going on.
No, I had nothing going on.
No, you had nothing going on. I took a quick hiatus to go to the beach. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. We were supposed to record the night before we left, but
I begged. I want it to be noted. I begged. I was so ready. I had everything printed out.
You have to understand. I got a text from the car mechanic that had my car. He said it was ready. He said come get it. I wasn't going to leave it there for the next like 6 days while I was gone. Had to go get it. There's nothing more can be said, and it was an hour away.
Ben doesn't care about any of you.
Yes, I do. I love all of you. Shout out everyone that listens. We love you all.
Mama Wanda.
She loved it, dude.
She did.
She loved it. So does Dylan. So does Peyton. Shout out to those 3.
Yeah.
And everyone else whose names we don't know.
Speaking of everybody else, we know you're there. Like, we can view the metrics. We know people are listening to this. Let us know. Go into the comments. If you hate us, tell us that. And if you love us, tell us that as well. Review, do all that stuff.
Tell us what you want
We're
to
growing. The numbers are there. We are growing. There are people out there. Just let us know you're there.
We want to know what you want to hear.
For sure.
We'll cover it. I was going to tell you about my spooky encounter I had today.
Yeah, let me hear about this.
I'll condense it as much as possible because we've already went a little over. But so I'm out in Linville. I'm doing an appraisal, which is my full-time day job, for those of you that don't know. I was doing an appraisal on a house on about 50 acres. No one was home, so it was just going to be an exterior visit only. Take a few pictures, do a sketch of the house, and then take note of condition and then things that are on the property. So like, is it fenced? Does it have barns? Just things like that that could add value to your property. So I know that there's no one here. Therefore, I have it in my mind there's going to be no interaction. So I'm walking around this house, and then there's a barbed wire fence kind of fencing off this little pasture area that went up to an embankment thing. And I also knew that there was no animals on this farm because we were told ahead of time, because obviously we need to know. Like, if I'm going to be driving through a pasture, I'd like to know if there's going to be cows or cow shit.
Sure.
Do I need to wear my boots? Like, that type thing.
Yeah.
We're told no animals. So I get there, I'm like, wow, this is a beautiful property. It's 50 acres. It's a lot of land. And I'm walking around the house, I'm taking pictures, and then just for absolutely no reason whatsoever, all of a sudden, I get super uneasy. Like, not really, like almost like a feeling of dread just like washed over me. And then like the sun, like I swear to you, a cloud covered the sun. All of a sudden, I just get like this super duper nasty feeling. And I'm like, dude, something's not right here. Hand to God, I swear to you this happened. Behind me, I start hearing hoof beats, like from horses. And it sounded like a horse, probably 20 feet behind me, was in full sprint and then just came to a stop. And so, like, I'm in the middle, I have my camera in one hand and I have my clipboard in my other hand. So I'm in the middle of taking the pictures. Mm-hmm. And I hear this happen behind me, and I spin around really quick. There's even still, in our picture folder, in our, like, appraisal file at work, there's a blurry picture of the house from where I spun around really quick to see what was going on. It's nothing behind me.
Damn.
Yeah, I promise you. I heard, like, hoof beats. And this was my last visit of the day.
Yeah.
So I've done 3 or 4 at this point, and I hear that behind me, and it scared me half to death.
Dude, I love that.
Yeah. I took a few more pictures and I left. I was super uncomfortable. I've never felt more like something didn't want me there in my life.
That's great. I love spooky shit, man.
Scared me.
That really did it for me.
I got out of there.
That's great.
Yeah.
That is great.
Yeah. Anyway.
You know what's not great?
What's not great?
Halifax. Let's get into it.
Tell me why that's not great.
The Halifax port saw a boom in 1914 with the start of World War I, and it became one of the British Empire's most important North Atlantic ports, thanks in large part to it being an ice-free port year-round. As the war progressed, it became more and more militarized, with artillery batteries, mines, and anti-submarine netting being added over the first couple of years. Because this port was a major staging point for naval convoys, it was a very high traffic area by the time 1917 rolled around, with dozens of ships, civilian, mercantile, and military alike. The port got a reputation as one of the most dangerous ports in the world because it was very narrow in some spots, extremely busy all the time, and there were high amounts of explosives coming through frequently.
When you say ice-free, you mean like in the water, right? Like iceberg?
Well, so like some ports, like way up north,
right,
during the winter, the water's completely frozen, so the port is inaccessible.
Okay. That's what I thought you meant. I was just double checking.
No, this port you can get to year-round.
Okay.
When arriving in Halifax, ships would reach the outer harbor first, which was a large harbor with McNabb's Island nearly exactly in the middle. As ships continued further inland, they would pass through a stretch called the Narrows, which, as the name implies, is a very narrow passage that is about 1,500 meters at its widest and roughly 400 meters at its narrowest.
Can you give me that in freedom and American units, please?
No.
I don't understand what meters are.
Do the math, buddy. I don't know.
I don't do math.
Okay, well, the Narrows were particularly dangerous due to its sharp turns, low maneuverability, and the heavy dense fog that would hang low in that area, and the poor traffic regulations of the time. Once past the Narrows, the port opens up into the Bedford Basin, which is a large body of water where the shipping convoys were staged. The basin is a little over 4,000 meters wide. Shipping coordination in 1917 during wartime was lax, to say the least. There was no radio communication and no radar. Ships relied mostly on flags, horns, and, quote, prearranged rules of navigation.
There's simply no way that's going to lead to a major disaster, right?
If you're following along, you know where this is going. Everything I've said is lining up perfectly for a disaster.
I mean, flags, horns, and prearranged rules of navigation.
There's a part I'm going to read here in a second that actually, as horrible as this was, it made me laugh a little bit when I did my research. In addition to lax regulations, the port was very busy primarily because of the economic pressure applied thanks to the war. Halifax's population swelled with military personnel, refugees, and workers. All of Halifax's warehouses, munition stores, and piers were above capacity. With an overcrowded harbor, a large concentration of munitions, and high-strung shipping captains, the stage is set for what is still considered to this day one of the worst shipping disasters in our planet's history.
Again, I'm sure it has nothing to do with relying only on flags and horns.
Guess we'll have to play along and find out.
Yeah, I don't see it stemming from that whatsoever.
The SS Mont-Blanc, captained by Émile Médoc, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, it's French, was a 320-foot cargo ship out of Saint-Nazaire, France. The crew left New York on December 1st, loaded with 2,300 tons of picric acid, which is highly explosive, 200 tons of TNT, 35 tons of benzol. It's like an early form of jet fuel. Think that. And then 10 tons of gun cotton, which is like gunpowder.
200 tons of TNT?
200 tons of TNT, yes.
Feels like a lot.
Yep. I mean, so this ship, it was supposed to go to Bedford Basin like we talked about. It was supposed to join up with a convoy that was heading back to France to supply the Allies with stuff. And we'll go from there. Essentially, the ship was supposed to be in Bedford Basin the night of December 5th to join its convoy, which was on its way to France, but it was running late and could not enter Bedford Basin because the anti-submarine nets had already been deployed. It was forced to wait in the outer harbor that night. Then we have the SS Imo, which is a Swedish ship captained by Håkon From. Again, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly.
You looked at me like you wanted me to confirm you were saying that right?
Yeah. Well,
so in my expert opinion, yeah, you crushed that.
Okay, great.
That was perfect.
The Imo was a 430-foot whaling ship out of Sandefjord, Norway.
Crush that. That was good.
So not Swedish, it's Norwegian.
Close enough.
The Imo had been in Bedford Basin for 2 days waiting to refill its coal stores, which delayed its departure for New York. The coal was refilled the night of December 5th, but again, because the anti-submarine nets were already up, the crew had no choice but to stay in the basin for the night. The Imo had no cargo, so its propeller and rudder were nearly out of the water, making it very hard to steer. It's like stacking up dominoes, and you're just waiting.
Yeah, I mean, you already, you have a ship packed with explosives.
Yeah.
A 320-foot ship,
Yep.
which is absurdly long, just packs the brim with explosives. You have another ship that cannot be steered.
Yeah.
And then you have an entire port of people relying on horns and flags.
It's like...
The fact that it hasn't happened yet is incredible.
This story, it's so bizarre to me. You ever seen the movie The Butterfly Effect?
Yeah.
It's... The Mont-Blanc. It's out here. It can't get in because of these submarine nets. The IMO is inside. Can't get out because of the submarine nets. They have nothing to do but wait there. They are sitting on either end of this port city. No idea what's about to happen.
Yeah, no clue of each other.
Yeah.
Just...
Kind of gives me chills thinking
about it.
A
little bit, yeah. Knowing, because, over 100 years later, we know what happened.
Mm-hmm.
And 7, 8 years ago, these people were just on a boat doing their thing.
It's working
their job.
Yeah.
They're just on a cargo ship. They're like, God.
Yep. All right. December 6, 1917. This is the following morning at about 6:30. The crew of the Mont-Blanc prepare their ship to travel through the Narrows and meet up with the rest of the convoy. They're meeting to make the journey to Europe. The crew fails to raise a warning flag to indicate the ship was loaded down with 2,500 tons of highly explosive material.
I feel like that's a warning flag that should be raised no matter what.
Yeah.
How are we failing to put that up?
Yeah.
That's,
Yeah.
you mentioned butterfly. That's another domino.
Yep.
Like,
absolutely. About an hour later, the Mont-Blanc enters the Narrows from the outer harbor and begins making its way towards the Bedford Basin. At the same time, the IMO departs from the Bedford Basin, moving at a much faster pace than it should due to it being behind schedule. Shortly after entering the Narrows, the IMO encountered a U.S. steamer that was on the wrong side of the Narrows, forcing the IMO to pass starboard to starboard and putting it on the opposite side from where it should have been. It had another encounter with a tugboat, which forced it even further north. Both ships were now heading directly towards one another.
Oh, God.
So we talked about the, prearranged rules of navigation.
Yeah.
It is not officially stated, eastbound traffic is supposed to be on this side of the Narrow, westbound is supposed to be on this side. It is implied that you know which side you're supposed to be on.
How insane is that?
Yeah.
That there's not an official rule in place to dictate something
As
like
busy as this place is,
Yeah.
all of these munitions, all of these people.
And you don't even have crews putting up warning flags saying, hey, I'm a floating hydrogen bomb.
Yeah.
Heads up. Don't hit me.
It's a cascade of disasters, man. At about 8:45 that morning, the two ships converge in the Narrows, just off the north shore of Dartmouth. The two ships were less than 3/4 of a mile apart before the Mont-Blanc blast a signal horn indicating it had the right of way and the IMO needed to change its course. The IMO responded with 2 blasts of its horn, which essentially meant no. Yeah,
That's it.
that's pretty funny to me.
Just
Yeah,
no.
yeah,
And then neither one of them did anything about it.
pretty much.
Okay.
After more horn blast and frantic arm waving from both crews, so I'm imagining someone stepped out on the deck and is just waving his hands like, "Get out of the way!"
Yeah, something you would see on like Monty Python. That just some dude just like, no, dude, watch out. Just, what are we doing?
Both captains are out there just.
Yeah, they're just like, hell no, I ain't moving.
I'm not moving,
Yeah,
man.
they're
You
playing
move.
the ultimate game of chicken.
After more horn blasts and frantic arm waving from both crews, the Mont-Blanc cuts its engines and attempted to swing to its port side at the same time the IMO reverses its engines, but it was too late. So at exactly 9:04 and 35 seconds, the morning of December 6, 1917, the IMO struck the Mont-Blanc on its bow. Sparks from the collision ignited several barrels of benzol that had fallen and spilled into the cargo hold during the initial collision. The commotion and a large billowing black smoke caught the attention of the townspeople nearby, and a huge crowd gathered on the shore to watch. The crew of the Mont-Blanc abandoned ship and rowed the lifeboats to shore as quickly as they could. Once on land, they began running full speed into the nearby forest.
So they knew what was coming.
Yes.
100%.
What
What about the people on the empty boat? Like, were they aware of what was about to happen?
that I'm not sure of.
Because obviously the people... Because which boat...
The Mont-Blanc had all the explosives. The
Okay.
IMO did not.
So obviously the people on the Mont-Blanc...
Yeah.
They were like, oh my God.
As soon as this happened and the benzol caught fire, they abandoned ship and fled.
Dang.
The IMO, I mean, they had no flag stating that they had all these explosives, so the IMO just thought, well, shit.
Yeah,
like,
we
we
just hit
just-
some
yeah.
random boat.
Yeah.
That it may also be empty.
They warned the townspeople as they ran that the Mont-Blanc was essentially a floating time bomb, but because the crew spoke French and the townspeople did not many heeded the warning. In one case, a sailor snatched a baby from a woman's arms and began sprinting into the woods, hoping she would follow, which she did, saving her life. I thought that was really cool.
It's pretty cool. It's one of those things where the woman was probably like, hey, what the hell?
Yeah.
What's he doing with my baby?
Yeah.
But hindsight, I guess.
Yeah. The wreckage floated towards Pier 6 on the Halifax side while they were making their escape. And then now, at exactly 9:04 and 35 seconds, the Mont-Blanc exploded with a force equal to 2.9 kilotons of TNT, roughly a fifth of the force exerted on Hiroshima when the first atomic bomb was dropped. Yeah.
Sheesh.
Instantly.
That is pretty big explosion.
They have that time so exact because it registered on a seismograph.
Sheesh.
Yeah.
Good grief.
Yep.
2.9 kilo. A fifth of the atomic bomb dropped on Hiroshima.
Mm-hmm.
That is absurd.
Prior to the first atomic bombing, this was the largest explosion on planet Earth.
So just for a minute, imagine just if the flag goes up, or maybe somebody turns and they, it's just my 2 cents.
This could have been avoided.
I have seen at least 4 instances now where this could have easily been avoided, and it just wasn't.
The shockwave pushed a 5,000 Celsius fireball towards the town. The force of the explosion pushed all the water out of the Narrows, creating a tsunami over 50 feet high that crashed into the shore on both sides. The Mont-Blanc's half-ton anchor was hurled over 2 miles away, and a gun that was fitted on the ship ended up 3.5 miles away. Both sites are now memorials for those that died. Yeah.
3.5 miles?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It was about, the gun, I don't think I listed it, the gun was about half a ton. And it just launched it. The anchor, 2 tons, ended up 2 miles away. That's insane.
I'm being silent because my mouth is just open right now because I'm in shock.
Yeah.
That is insane. Mm-hmm. Oh my God.
Yep.
I'm assuming every piece of explosive like on this ship exploded at once. Or was it like multiple explosions?
There was hardly anything left of the Mont-Blanc. So everything that could explode on the ship exploded.
Good grief.
Yeah. The air pressure wave shattered windows up to 50 miles away. These glass shards moved at the speed of a bullet and caused more than 250 people to have their eyes removed due to damage.
Holy shit.
Yeah. The shitty, like, a lot of those people were kids. Because the kids, like, face
Watching
pressed
it.
up against the glass.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't even think about that. Yeah.
All they knew, like, no one knew this ship was as explosive as it was. They just saw, a huge fire here in the Narrows. Like, of course, there's nothing else to do. I'm going to go check that out.
Well, and you think, too, like, some of these people are probably, hundreds of yards away.
Yeah.
They're like, I'm safe.
Mm.
Hell no, you're not.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. The force of the explosion tossed the wreckage of the IMO towards the shore and left it grounded. In the following 2 hours, the damage was assessed. Nearly 2,000 people died instantly from the blast, with more than 9,000 receiving injuries. The entire neighborhood of Richmond in Halifax was completely obliterated. 12,000 buildings were damaged or destroyed. 25,000 people were left homeless. The epicenter, which was over half a square mile in diameter, was completely flattened. Eyewitnesses say it was, quote, swept clean. Charles Mayers, a merchant marine, was thrown more than half a mile through the air but somehow survived. I have not been able... It's what I read. There were actually multiple stories that said the same thing. He landed on a hill, so I read. I don't know. I thought it was interesting. I put it in there.
I think Charles might be lying.
He might be. I feel like it was pretty chaotic. He could have just... half a mile.
He was a merchant marine, so I'm assuming he was pretty close when this thing blew up.
Yeah. But
half a mile.
It did throw a 2-ton anchor 2 miles away.
Yeah, but you think the force it would take to throw a person, would that not just like tear them apart? Maybe not. I don't know.
I don't know, man. I thought it was interesting. I figured we could talk about it.
I think that's pretty wild.
Yeah.
You just think 1 second you're doing whatever you're doing, next second you're in the sky.
Like a half mile away from where you were 2 seconds ago.
Yeah, you're like, well, I'm over here now.
That night, a blizzard hit the town, dumping 16 inches of snow, further hindering recovery efforts.
Of course it did. The people of this town were probably like, hey, man, what's going on?
What the fuck did we do?
Yeah, like, What are we pissed at us for?
Let's talk about some heroes.
Let's do it, man. This has been. I mean, I feel like you just breezed right through. 2,000 people
dead.
Instantly died.
Instantly. Almost 10,000 received injuries from this.
That's pretty crazy. 2,000 people
Lincoln,
died.
Dead.
An entire city block reduced to nothing.
They never rebuilt the city. Like Richmond, it was gone. They built something new on top of it.
Well, I feel like this is a story that is much overlooked, and I feel like 2,000 people being blown up should be a little more popular.
So interesting.
That is pretty wild.
Like, just not the fact that 2,000 people died, but the fact that there was all this devastation. And you know what's interesting? The IMO, it was built by the same shipping yard that the Titanic was built in. Yeah. Isn't that bizarre?
Do you think that coincidence plays a fact there, or do you think there's some sort of energy?
I don't know, man. This is 5 years after the Titanic sank.
5 years? That's not very long.
No.
For two horrific disasters that resulted in hundreds, if not thousands, of deaths.
That's an interesting discussion. That could be an episode.
The Titanic or the coincidence of these two happening at
The
once?
shipping yard. The company that made these ships. That had all these...
Yeah. But you look at it like the Titanic, that was just straight up user error. I mean, it was just negligence on behalf of the captain. And so is this. This is just negligence on behalf of these two captains.
It was, but what are the odds two ships from the same shipping yard have two of the most famous shipping disasters in the history
most deadly, for
of
sure.
the planet? Yeah, for sure.
I don't know.
That's interesting.
It's weird.
We'll put a pin in that. That might be something.
I would like to look into that shipping yard, see if anything else. Because if there's a third thing, there's something going on.
Well, the Titanic had sister ships that all also sunk in kind of bizarre ways.
That's true. Were they built in that same yard, though?
It's a good question. I don't know that.
Yeah.
But I'll do research. I'll poke around. We'll see if there's something there.
We need to get to the bottom of that.
Yeah, for sure.
There might be some sort of negative energy going on there.
Yeah. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Vince Coleman, the station dispatcher in Richmond, sacrificed his life when he stopped a train from entering Halifax by sending a telegram that read, quote, "Hold up the train. Ammunition ship ablaze. Will explode. Guess this will be my last message. Goodbye, boys."
Damn.
Yeah. So if that's not clear, he left his post. He knew there was a ship that was arriving in Halifax. He knew what was happening before the explosion happened. He saw, he knew what this ship was.
Mm-hmm.
He knew it was on fire. He telegrammed that train, stay out of Halifax. Something bad's about to happen. And he didn't get out in time before the explosion happened. Yeah.
You hate to hear it.
Yeah. He was in Richmond, too, so.
Yeah.
Gone.
Dang.
Yeah.
What a G, though.
Yeah, that's really cool.
That takes a large man to do.
Yeah.
Or a large person, just in general,
to
do something like that. Because he just as easily could have hopped on,
Fuck you guys.
whatever. Yeah, hopped in a car on a horse.
350 more people dead.
Yeah. He could have just got out of there.
Yeah.
Not warned a soul.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely right.
Shout out to Vince Coleman.
Absolutely.
Hope you're resting in peace.
Dr. Clement Ligori, I hope that's right. He opened his clinic immediately following the first blast. He apparently was aware of the possibility of a secondary explosion. He worked day and night for 3 days, helping nearly 200 patients each day. Ligori was also Halifax's first black physician.
Heck yeah.
I single him out, but obviously every physician in Halifax, they did the same thing. Mm-hmm. Like if you were an able-bodied doctor, you were operating, you were trying to save people. But yeah, he was definitely one of the more prominent ones.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
especially given the time period. I mean,
sure,
over 100 years ago. Yeah.
Donations poured in from all over the world. The Santa Claus Limited was established, which ensured more than 10,000 children in the area received a gift. The city of Boston donated more than $1 million towards recovery efforts. The city of Halifax still gives the city of Boston a Christmas tree as a thank you to this day.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's really cool. Is it $1 million like dollars in today's money or back
No,
then?
$1 million back then.
Oof.
Yeah.
Any idea what that might equate to today?
No idea. I didn't think about that till you just asked right now. But I'm sure it's a lot of money.
That
$1 million in 1917 money.
That has to be. You know what? We're going to do... So, live lookup. $1 million in 1917 is equivalent to the purchasing power of about $26 million today.
I thought it'd be more, to be
I
honest.
thought it would be way more than that.
Wow.
However, the average inflation rate of the... Well, this is U.S. dollars, which I'm assuming is around... the same. Because Boston probably donated the equivalent of $1 million U.S. dollars.
Yeah.
Is around 3%
Okay.
per year. So the cumulative increase is like 2,400%. So.
Still, $1 million even today is nothing to shake your nose at.
And just out of the goodness of your heart.
Yeah.
Like, you don't expect anything in return.
Yeah.
You just see a neighbor hurting, so you give them $1 million.
Absolutely. It's really cool. I wonder what they do with that Christmas tree.
Probably.
You think it's just like a shitty little Christmas tree?
Surely not.
The city of Boston just kind of throws it in the river or something.
They're just like, hey guys, Halifax just sent over that god-awful tree from the dollar store.
Do something with that.
Light
Get it
up
out
the
of
incinerator. Burning another one.
They got I'm sure they had like a nice Christmas tree lighting ceremony.
Oh, yeah.
Halifax's tree is sitting there next to
Yeah, it's
it.
probably like Rockefeller Center type tree, and then this tree's just like a little blinking one from the store.
That's hilarious.
But more than likely, if it were me anyway, I would think they'd probably, I don't know, maybe donate the tree to a family. I don't know.
Do something.
Maybe put it up.
Prop it up in the courthouse or something like
City
that.
Hall.
Yeah.
Or just light it on fire. I don't know.
As soon as they get it, just toss
Just
it.
throw it in the river.
The easily avoidable devastation led to stricter maritime laws and cargo identification and traffic control being passed, as well as an overhaul of Halifax's emergency response. The disaster inadvertently led to advancements in medical care, particularly in eye care.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. You had 250 people that are now vision impaired that were not vision impaired the day before. You have to figure this shit out quick.
Yeah, there's two insane statements right there.
Yeah.
It took that type of disaster
Yeah.
for them to add stricter, water laws, maritime laws, rather. And they also upped their eye care.
Yeah.
Two great things came of it.
Yeah.
But it took a mammoth of a disaster. Horrific disaster.
Yeah.
You hear 2,000 people blew up, and you think, man, that's a lot. 2,000 people?
But, you have to figure this port, as dangerous as it was, it got along relatively fine for 3 years. I'm sure there were other wrecks in the Narrows, but obviously nothing to that scale.
Nothing that, no other ships packed with explosives probably drove the way that they did on the Mont-Blanc.
And again, this port and these companies using the port are making so much money, they don't care. Just get this shit through there as quick as you can to where it has to be so I can get paid.
Well, and that's indicative of companies today as well. You see BP with the massive oil spill.
Yeah.
Which was that 10, 15 years ago?
2010.
15 years ago?
That's on the list as well. We're going to cover Deepwater Horizon.
Hundreds of millions of gallons of oil.
Yeah.
And then even today, they're still one of the most profitable oil and gas companies in the world.
That's not their only oil disaster either.
No. They're also responsible for thousands of deaths of people. Dude, the laundry list goes on and on, and that's just one company. Money can get you.
There are much larger oil companies out there.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
That we don't even know about.
Yep.
Yeah.
But for Deepwater Horizon, that will be something we cover.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
You talk about disaster.
Yeah.
Pure incompetence.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Great movie. Have you seen the movie on Deepwater Horizon?
Yeah. With Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah, fantastic.
Freaking love that movie.
Yeah.
That was one of my favorite. I'm not a huge Wahlberg fan, to be honest.
Yeah, he's not for everybody.
Yeah, he's not great. But that movie, I thought he did pretty well.
Yeah.
And then what was the guy's name? The guy that played one of the BP execs, older guy.
John Malkovich.
Yes.
Yeah.
John Malkovich.
He's great too.
I love him, dude. He's so good.
Your boy, what's his name?
Who?
Kurt Russell.
He was the head guy of the tanker, right?
Yep.
Or of the platform.
Jimmy something.
Mr. Jimmy, yeah.
Mr. Jimmy, that's it. Yeah.
Mr. Jimmy.
Great movie. Go watch it.
And the dude off of Dylan, what's his name? Off of Blade Runner? Or not Blade Runner, Maze Runner.
I don't know.
Oh, yes you do.
I've never watched the movies.
Or something Dylan. Huge actor now. That was one of his earlier roles. Anyway, that movie was stacked, now that I'm thinking about it.
Pretty good one.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Sorry. Continue.
The Richmond District became the site of the Hydrostone District, Canada's first public housing project. The Halifax Welfare Bureau was formed. It aided in helping those affected get back on their feet. Every year, the city of Halifax fires a cannon at the exact time of the explosion on December 6th.
Do they?
Yeah.
No.
I mean, it's just in memoriam.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. That's
just,
fine.
You know, something to do.
Do you know how quickly they started doing that after the disaster?
I don't.
Because what if it was like the next year?
PTSD.
You got residents around just like flipping out.
Oh
like,
my God.
It's happening again. No. That's not funny at all. I'm sorry.
It's not funny.
It's not funny. You laughed.
I didn't laugh.
I did. You laughed.
I'm going to edit this so I didn't laugh.
That's fine. Are you going to read the thing about the Christmas tree again?
No, I'm not.
Because that's your last sentence.
Yeah, thanks for pointing that out. So, yeah, that's Halifax.
There we go. You told me this one was crazy. It was pretty crazy.
Yeah.
I'm blown away.
Literally.
What was that?
I said literally.
All right. I am, I'm blown away that this is not a more talked about and more common thing.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm not. I'm shocked.
These types of disasters, specifically disasters that have to do with like the shipping industry, ships in general, interest the hell out of me.
Yeah.
So much.
Well, because I mean, it almost always, especially like in this kind of case, it almost always takes somebody just straight up ignoring rules. Yeah. And in this case, it ended up being two different people ignoring a whole bunch of rules.
Yeah. I didn't make it official with the outline, but in the end, no one really got charged with anything.
I mean, like, they all blew, like, who are you going to, like, they all blew up.
Well, only one person died from the Mont-Blanc. The entire crew, except for one person, made it away safely. They knew what was going to happen, so they got away quickly. They in their defense, they tried to warn people they were speaking French.
They didn't speak the same language.
Yeah.
I get that, I guess.
Yeah.
If you know what's coming, like, for me personally, if I see a bunch of people sprinting in one direction,
for sure,
I am going to be the next person sprinting in that direction.
You see the people that were on this ship that are scrambling, sprinting full speed for their lives.
And they're screaming.
And you don't think, hey, maybe I should get away from this giant fire.
Yeah. This ginormous fire.
Yeah.
And there are people sprinting off this boat, screaming for their lives.
I want to believe that story about the sailor that grabbed the baby is true.
I could see it. I mean, maybe he was running and he was just like, I'm not going to let this woman stand here with this baby.
He sees the baby. He's trying to plead with the mom, like, please come with me. But, again, he's speaking in French. He probably speaks English.
Yeah, she's probably like, what are you talking about?
He's just like, fuck, I'm grabbing the baby. Come with me. Follow me.
I mean, it's genius. Like, she's not just going to stand there and let this man run off with her baby without at least maybe hopefully trying to run him down.
Yeah.
Ended up saving. I wonder, I mean, there's a, I was going to say there's a decent chance that baby's still alive, but I doubt it.
Nah. Probably. No.
It's
over 100 years old.
Yeah, chances are slim.
Yeah.
Maybe. But doubtful.
Anyways, what I was going to say, the captain of the Mont-Blanc, Amy Maduck, he was initially charged for this. Their prosecution stood on, you didn't have your flag raised. It is your responsibility as the captain of this ship with 2,500 tons of explosives to do whatever you can to not have a collision.
I kind of agree with that, actually. I mean, not like, I get it. They need a scapegoat. They need someone to point the finger at.
Yeah.
And you're carrying you're carrying a fifth of a hydrogen bomb, and you don't have the flag raised, explaining that you are, in fact, explosive.
To me, instead of like blaring your horn and these hand signals and all that, waiting the last possible second to try to maneuver, you should have gone ahead and been like, okay, this ship is bigger than us. He's sitting high on the water. He probably can't steer too well. Let me get to the other side so I can avoid this.
Yeah.
That's kind of where my mind goes.
Yeah, just get out of the way.
Yeah. I agree. In the end, they essentially said the IMO and the Mont-Blanc were both to blame because the Mont-Blanc was on the right side of the strait where it needed to be. The IMO was not.
Yeah. Well, you mentioned the IMO couldn't steer, right? Because
it could steer, but not well because it was empty. Like the rudder and the propellers were sticking out of the water a little bit.
Yeah.
So
it didn't have full total
right.
control over its mobility.
Exactly. But I don't know. It could have been avoided. It was waiting to happen. Not only like in this port, but with these two specifically. Like just the path they were on, literally.
Mm-hmm.
But certainly the port regulations and traffic, all that just didn't help at all.
Yeah. I mean, I've worked in a couple industries where you have big machinery around you, and I see how just a couple of dudes having a pissing contest could lead to disaster. I mean, I've never been on this scale. Like, I've never been to a point where I have, 20% of a hydrogen bomb at risk. But
it's crazy stuff, for sure. I was about to say something. I forgot what it was.
You got this. Come on, think about it. Use that buzzed head of yours. It's grown. It's grown a little bit. Yeah.
I need to get a razor and trim it up again.
Yeah.
Keep it short.
All right.
Told you I'm gonna keep it short until it starts getting chilly. Then I'll grow my hair out.
Okay. Cool.
Get it long.
Heck yeah. Well, we appreciate you all listening, tuning in. We apologize for the week delay.
Yeah. It won't happen again. We want to stack up some episodes.
Mm-hmm. That way, if it does happen, we can release. Yeah.
Yeah. We'll have something to give you.
Yeah.
That being said, we touched on it earlier. We are growing pretty considerably, in my opinion. Like we're ramping up at a much faster rate than I anticipated.
Yeah, I didn't think anybody at all would listen, and we have a few listeners. So
we're averaging about 18 per episode.
Yeah, that's 18 more than I thought we'd get
for sure.
Outside of me and you.
Yeah. I really like. I'll listen to it as I'm editing, but I don't listen to it anymore.
I don't listen to them. I'll be honest. I mean, I'm sitting here.
Yeah.
Doing it live with you. Like,
That's
I don't
true.
need to listen to it.
That's true. Yeah, please, again, if you're hearing this, if you're still here, because our retention shows a lot of people kind of stop listening when we get to this point. I don't blame you. I did the same thing with other podcasts.
Yeah, other podcasts, they are done with the topic material. I'm out.
On to the next one.
Yeah.
But if you're still here, please give us a review. Comment on us. Do all of that. Find us on YouTube, our TikTok, Instagram, all those good things. Follow us there. Dylan is the first one to give us a request.
Yep.
On the Pol Pot regime.
Yep.
So we will get into that.
Yep, that's on the list. I would like to cover it soon. Because Dylan's a superstar for us.
For sure.
We love him.
Dylan.
Yep. Shout out Dill. If you hear this, Dill, let us know.
He's gone.
Yeah, no, he's not. He might hear it. I don't know.
Yeah, he might.
He might hear it now. He may be listening now just to wait for a shout out.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. But yeah, please, like, review, comment, find us everywhere, and we love you.
Love you. Bye.